Jimmy K here, Metal Voice. Look at this. The Metal Voice shirts are now on sale. Just go to the video description to find out on how you can purchase one. Metal! Welcome to the Metal Voice. Today on the show, a special guest, Kelle Rhoads, who runs the Musonia School of Music, and I believe it's in North Hollywood, right, Kelle?
Right. They call it Valley Village, but it's North Hollywood. It's really the same thing.
Of course, the Musonia started in 1948. It's been years. Dolores Rhoads was one of the co-founders. Of course, the mother of the late Randy Rhoads. So, Kelle, a lot of people have been talking about this, and a lot of people are sad by this break-in. So I guess just tell me, when did this happen, and when did you find out about it?
This would have occurred somewhere after Thanksgiving and before the next morning. Okay. So in the middle of the night, on the 28th, I guess it would be. Okay. On the 28th, Thanksgiving, and we were aware of it on Friday when somebody that works down in the backyard here called me and said, "You've been broken into," and it's bad, devastating. It's bad. The Rhoads family essentially has no more pictures or memories of. Memories might not be the right way to say this. There's no more memorabilia or pictures or anything about my brother Randy. It's all gone.
It's devastating.
It's gone. And not only that, but the cabinetry of the school. If anybody that hears this has been here, they'll recognize we had beautiful wood cabinets, and the ones in the Grand Salon had glass in them. Well, these people didn't break any glass, but they took a crowbar and a chisel to the wooden cabinets and just completely disfigured the drawers and some of the when you get into the cabinet.
Yeah.
It's sickening to even think about it and to look at it. It's so sickening what these people did.
Were there any eyewitnesses, like to the break-in, or any leads?
No.
Happened in the middle of the night.
At the time that they did it been sleeping around here.
Okay. And I don't remember if there were security cameras. Were there any security cameras? Was there security cameras or anything like that? No.
No, we didn't have that. I guess we probably will now, although there's nothing left. So.
Okay, so I've been there. Okay, and this is what I remember. I remember memorabilia. I remember pictures. I remember the amp, gone. The Quiet Riot amp.
They took the amp, but they left the cabinets.
The trumpets.
Right. They were probably too heavy to take.
The trumpets. I remember there was like the wind instruments and back. That was all taken.
Okay, well, since you've been here, we sold a lot of those off. That's really good because at least we got some money for them.
Okay.
But some of the ones that were left are gone, and even as you walk down the hallway, there was a beautiful picture that somebody painted and a picture of me performing the inaugural show of the Randy Rhoads Remembered Concert Series. Those are gone too.
I don't know what to tell you. What about Randy Rhoads? He had a sheet music, and he had that little stand in his room where he taught. Is that gone too? Was that there?
Interestingly enough, they left that.
What?
Maybe it was because it was dark, and they probably had flashlights. Well, I know they did. So maybe they didn't realize what that was. And there was a few things that you would think that they would take, but they didn't. So it could be that they didn't see him, or they were running out of time. But they spent some time here. Let me tell you, they spent some time here. They even turned one of the heaters on so they'd be warm while they were robbing us blind.
Crazy. Do you think they were Randy Rhoads fans, or they're just some guys who want to make, or some guys who just want to make a buck, right? Really?
Oh. Both.
Yeah.
But they took too much stuff that was just related to Randy. They had to be. or they knew what they were looking for. Now, one thing that's really scary is, what if they were hoarders and they just want to own it and have it? That way they won't resell it and put it out. I can't imagine them trying to sell this stuff. People are going to know. They're going to go, well, wait a minute, that belongs to Musonia. I've seen that when I went there. So it doesn't seem to me that their chances of selling some of this stuff are look that good, unless they're going to sell it to a fan. Now, we've met a few of these fans too. They just want to own anything and everything they can of Randy's, and they don't really want to resell it.
Yeah. Those are the
that
private.
Could be the case. I don't know. I don't really know what their motives were, but they had to know something about Randy because of what they took and where they took it from. They would have probably had to take a tour too, because it was some stuff that they went right for that they would have been exposed to when they took the tour.
But from my understanding, there was no guitars, right? There's no guitars of Randy's.
They took the Harmony Rocket, which was the first guitar that he ever played. They didn't get any of his guitars. They're not here. I bet you they looked for them. But they didn't get Randy's guitars and Randy's amps. What they did get was a pre-World War II, extremely rare French Besson trumpet that was my mom's almost all of her life.
Wow.
And her French horn too.
Place ransacked? Like the place was like totaled? Did they just...
No.
Okay.
Not really. They kind of seemed like they knew what they were going for, except for the fact that they tore up the
cabinets.
The cabinets and stuff. Which is just horrible. The man that my sister married, his father made those cabinets before Kathy was born.
Wow. And
they were beautiful. They did a real good job. Now his son is going to try to put them back together and repair them.
That's nice. That's good. So
yeah.
So what does the school do now? Do you carry on? Or are you just cleaning up? What's going on?
We'll go on. We'll carry on. I lived through my mom's death and my brother's death. So this is just things at the end of the day. Very personal things. But if I can make it through those two things, the death of my mom and my brother, I can make it through this.
Well, that's good to hear. So everybody support...
Gotta carry on.
You carry on. Support the School of Musonia. They do bass lessons, drum lessons, guitar lessons, piano lessons. And I'll put the phone number. Voice lessons. I'll put the phone number. I'll put the address in what's considered North Hollywood today with the address. And I don't know, is there anything else you'd like to mention? I mean, you said there's nothing left, right, except for the pianos.
There's nothing left. It's just the pianos. We got cleaned out. They cleaned us out. They must have had a big truck, and they knew what they were looking for, and they basically just cleaned us out. It's like the school is an empty shell right now.
Wow. Well,
negatively impacts the fans because there's nothing to take a tour to see.
Yeah.
And we were planning on making a museum here dedicated to my brother and my mom, and there's nothing left to put in the museum.
Wow.
So, for right now, of course, we're still giving lessons, but everything else is done. It's gone.
Any suspects, any leads by the police?
No. To be honest with you, the police aren't real cooperative right now. They're kind of like, we'll make a report, which they did, and too bad for your loss. A lot of people have been burglarized lately. Good luck, we'll see you. Bye.
Wow.
And it's real hard to even communicate with them. It's one of two things. There's either so many burglaries, and remember, this area right here, this is like the homeless capital of the world right now. You got some people that are really living in a bad way. It's either that they just so many that they really don't have the manpower, or they found a really good place to get the coffee and the donuts, and they're busy with that.
Jeez.
Fuckers.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Kelly? Any shows coming up with Kelle Rhoads?
Just try to make some semblance of normalcy, if that's possible at this time. This has never happened before, but we were broken into 3 years ago, almost exactly at the same time in November, and they only got some amps from the guitar department. So,
Wow.
I don't know. For sure, we're going to get cameras.
Yeah. I mean, you have. I remember you telling me everything you have of Randy's is securely, put away.
I thought so.
Yeah.
But they had special bolt cutters to cut those bars. That was what I always thought was going to keep us secure.
Yeah.
The bars. I don't know if you remember it, but you have to go through some iron bars to get to the Grand Salon.
Yeah.
So, and another thing these people took that was really strange, they took light bulbs.
What?
They took like 4 or 5 light bulbs. My friend said they took them because they make a hole in them and then they smoke drugs in the light bulbs.
Well, there you go. There you go.
I don't know if that's why they took them, but that was really shocking. I went, whoa, wow.
What was your first reaction?
Crazy.
Like when you first you got a call from the police, I guess, or you just
my first reaction was I almost didn't believe it. Like, am I dreaming? This can't be. And my reaction was also, how could they get so much in such a short time?
Yeah, it's in the middle of the street. They must have had a truck, right? It just like loading it. Somebody must have seen something. I mean, to get that much stuff, it's
right.
Yeah,
you would think so.
You would think, or maybe people aren't talking. I don't know. I don't know what your neighborhood's like.
Well, the NAM show is not too far away. Maybe you should interview me again.
Yeah.
And we'll see what's changed between now and then.
We will. I'm going to be there. We'll do a follow-up.
I don't know. We'll talk before then.
All right, Kelly. Thank you for being on the show, and appreciate the info.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me back in less than a year. I will tell you this much. That interview that we did, I've never, ever gotten the kind of response that I got from that interview.
Great. And you know what? So did I.
Unbelievable. People called me from England, from Israel, from Switzerland, all over the United States, Mexico, Chile, all over the world, people called to comment on that interview.
I'm happy to hear. Very happy to hear.
Yeah. So that was really good. And thanks for having me on again in such a short time. Unfortunately, under some circumstances that could have been better, but whatever. What we got is what we got. Now we got to build it back up again and deal with it.
All right. Look forward to seeing you again during NAMM week, okay? We'll touch base.
Okay, Jimmy.
Right.
Thanks for having me on again, okay?
Absolutely. Talk to you soon. Bye.
All right.
Say farewell to the future. Get ready